Hey guys, what's up? It's Kathy and I'm back with another process video. This time for JustNick Studio, and this time we're teaming up with Stuck Sketches. So I will link their blog in my description, as well as the JustNick Studio shop, where I'm going to have a blog post up so you can take a look at the cut files that I used, as well as the sketch that I used. I believe the cut files are called Floral Wreath, and it came with 2 floral wreaths, and I used one of them. And then I think the leaves are new in her shop, and they're absolutely adorable. And they're called, I think it's Autumn Leaves 2, something like that. So I just love them. I'm using primarily some pages from a 6x6 paper pad that I just randomly bought at a store. Not even at a scrapbooking store. It just for some reason has some scrapbooking supplies. Very little. But sometimes 6x6 paper pads. So I'll often buy their paper pads when I see them. And it's a We Are Memories I did it last time I tried to record this. We Are Memory Keepers 6x6 paper pad. And I think it's called Wildflower. And I've never really seen the collection or anything like that. I just really liked it for fall, just because it was definitely some different papers like that ombre kind of tie-dye looking one and stuff. Like, that's really different, but I love it. And especially mixed with like this vintage like forest one that I've got going on there. And I loved this constellation one, and I'm going to cut out the constellation just to have an extra circle going on. So when you check out the sketch, I may post the sketch actually at the end of this video. So if you check out the sketch, you'll see that there were circles as part of the sketch. So I just made my circles larger. So I brought those in. And I love the wood grain with the white cut files. I don't know, just they really pop. And so I didn't back any of them or anything like that. I just wanted them to kind of, I don't know, to just kind of play and be there and just add extra dimension and extra interest to it. So I'm just kind of deciding how I want to layer that up. And I think I decided I want some vellum going on, and I'm having the worst time trying to rip that vellum, but I do get a piece of it, and I decide to like rip it just to have the just so it's not all straight edges, a little bit more rustic kind of looking. And the wood grain paper is, I think it's from a collection called Vintage Collector. And that was Die Cuts with a View, and I bought it because it was at Michael's, and at the time I wasn't ordering online because I was scared of the shipping costs, and now I've just kind of decided to live with the shipping costs. So you see me really fiddle around. I'm just trying to get the picture not too low down, but not too high up either, if that makes sense, and some of each piece showing and stuff like that. And I'm going to staple down some of it too, just to have texture. And because it's such a thin cut file too, that I thought it might be easier. I don't have like a fine line bottle, and I just didn't want to deal with glue. So staples will work. There's a bottom cluster that I'm going to work on, and I just want some thin pieces of paper to kind of do that bottom cluster up. And that way I've kind of, like you'll see, I have the leaves in 3 different places. So I do end up bringing in, 3 embellishment clusters and stuff like that, which I don't, what is the word? Oh my gosh, I can't think. I don't consciously try to do it. It's more of like a subconscious thing, I guess. And I don't do it all the time. Like, I just did a layout, a video Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. And it does not have 3 embellishment clusters going around. It's got like one just big long piece of embellishing. So I don't always do the clusters of 3 because it's not really a rule. It's just kind of an if people are kind of getting into scrapbooking for the first time and they're wondering how do I do embellishing and all that kind of like big embellishing, then that would be my advice would be to start with doing 3 embellishment clusters, like a small, medium, and large cluster on your layout, and it will look good. And that way it doesn't leave like embellishments just kind of floating around. Now, of course, there's certain times where embellishments look really good floating around too. So there's always that. So I'm trying to get the leaves stuck in such a way that they look a bit more natural. And it wasn't just like, here's 3 and here's 3 kind of thing. So I got some chipboard that I have from the Open Book collection from Maggie Holmes. Those 2 top leaves that are like cream with gold, and the bottom leaf is brown with gold, and then that documented. I just liked the color of it. I just liked it sitting right there. That's from the Journey collection. That globe. It says like the world is yours or something. And then I was like trying to figure out what else I was going to use for embellishing. And rather than delve into everything else that I've got, especially my autumn stuff, because I've got it all set aside and bagged up to do a October daily, fingers crossed, I went into the tiny cut-aparts that were from the 6x6 paper pad. And I liked the sentiments on them and the colors, and I just thought that they worked kind of nice, all clustered there together. So I'm really kind of enjoying how that looks. I do add some stapling, and I am gonna back this whole layout and give it a border. And I'm gonna be honest, I really cannot remember the name of the paper like collection that I bought it from. I bought it when my daughter was first kind of born. That was 2012, 2013 kind of era. So I'm pretty certain it was like 2012 too. So I really don't remember, and it was just the paper pad from Michael's again, because it's the only craft store that's around me. So it just and it was probably listed as recollections, so I don't know the actual one that it is. So yeah, that's how I used to buy a lot of my stuff, and now I used to be so envious of people online because they had all this pretty stuff and I didn't have access to it, and now I just went, forget it. I don't care. I'm going to buy it and just suffer the shipping, because I mean, I don't have to have everything, but I like having some of those products, and, I don't mind finding little hidden gems in places too, but yeah, no, I'll just buy what I want. So I like that paper's multicolored. It's just bringing in so many of the colors from the other papers, and it just kind of helps it all stand out. And I just really like how it flowed together. I'm giving some extra like texture by bending up my paper. If I had a sewing machine, I probably would have stitched along the edges. So I'm really hoping that my next big investment is going to be a sewing machine. These stickers, these chipboard letters are pink paisley, and they are older. Definitely a few years old, like probably 4 or 5 years old, I really think. Maybe not that old, but pretty old. I've never used them. I bought them for like Halloween layouts, and they're green with like a check pattern, like a plaid, and I love them. And I was trying to write Autumn's Girl, but then I ended up writing Girl of Autumn, and I bring in some gold Maggie Holmes little rubber stickers for the letters, and that's from her new collection, which I don't know, what is it called? Gather. That's it. I haven't really been paying that much attention to her new collection, just because I have so much girl stuff already. So I'm going to do gold color shine, and thankfully it doesn't absorb too badly, and it does stick out, and you get to kind of see it, and I put it on some of the white too, which really helps. And I just I have a white gel pen that I'm going to do my journaling in. So yeah, so that's it. I love how this layout turned out. And the pictures are coming up. So bye.